Glider. As he went to cut the corner, Glider latched onto his right leg, and there's a nice cover by Russell, and he's going to pick up 2 on the front and spin, cut the corner, picked up the 2, and now he's going to work on an inside wrist on the left. He's going to try to roll that inside wrist out. So the Hawks are trying to score some bonus points. It looks like they've got a couple of trophies over there, Jamie. I'm not sure how they're going to score this thing, whether they're going to use the black point system, the black mark system, or if they're going to go by where you place. I'm not sure. But anyway, Russell's got an inside wrist out. He rolled it across to a bar arm. Now he scooped ahead of Glider, and he's picking up some back points. And the Hawks could be 2 for 2 with 2 falls here. 57 seconds left to go in the first period. And Glider's going to roll through. Nice bridge by Glider. He rolled through and got out of that predicament. And Russell's going to pick up 3 near fall, so he will go up 5-0. And now he scoops up a chicken wing on the left side. He's working that left arm of Glider. He's got a chicken wing on the left, inside wrist on the right. Now let's see if he can pick up some points with it. He's going to try to scoop the head of Glider. And he's got back points again. Settling in. Going to go tee out. He's got a tee out now. Getting a good position. Maybe a reverse half Nelson. That could be the fall right there. There it is. 141.
And in this
Russell.
In this bracket at 182 pounds, we've got a ranked wrestler from Davenport Assumption. We saw him a lot last year in Gabriel Rangel from Davenport Assumption. He's ranked 6th in the state in Class 2A at 182 pounds. So it'll be an interesting matchup later on. I believe that'll be in round 3 where we will see Rangel and Russell go at it here in this tournament. I don't believe we have any Hawks on the mat right now.
We do not. It's hard to tell who's going to be on deck because they're going bracket by bracket.
As we take a second here,
you want to go through the brackets
I was
there,
told
Mr.
to give a
Vasky
shout out here this morning as a buddy of mine, Jesse Kent, on his way to Kansas City this morning. His teaching job interview in Kansas City on Monday morning. So wish him the best of luck with that. Kind of my football watching partner, so I'm going to have to watch the local games on the NFL tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, we wish him the best of luck as we get you ready. We will go through these brackets here as we get you set. 106 pounds.
Looks like we have at 120 pounds coming up. Sam Phillips looks like he's, 126. Looks like Sam Phillips is getting on deck, standing ready on deck. So if you got your bracket there ready, Mr. Vasky,
I do. I'm going to go
round by round. And
I'm going to go through this one and see if they have first names on here. We do not have first names on here. So we will.
Looks like Sam Phillips will be up on mat number 2, and he will be taking on Valenzuela from Waterloo East. It appears. And again, Jamie, you were there for a little bit last night. Had some outstanding wrestling at the West Delaware Middle School last night. West Delaware Hawks, Anamosa Raiders, the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats, and the Starmont Stars came down for 80. I think there was 82 matches on the night. Had 2 mats set up. There was a huge crowd in the gym, and I'm telling you what, that was some really, really, really good quality wrestling and some matches, and just a fun night of wrestling. And
as we wait for Sam Phillips to come up here at 106 pounds, just 2 wrestlers. Joe Noak from Decorah will be taking on Nathan Moritz. I'm not sure if they're doing 2 out of 3, but they will best 2 out of 3, or they're going to wrestle all 3. But we've got another match up here right now on mat number 3, I believe.
Will Wenger
is up for the Hawks.
He's taking on Kilfoy from Davenport Assumption.
As 113 pounds, there are 3 wrestlers in that weight class. Jacob Fensky, he's ranked in Class 2A for Davenport Assumption. Carter Hupka from Decorah, and Patrick Woods from West Delaware. And a 2-point takedown over here for Will Wenger. Sam Phillips with almost a 2-point takedown himself. He's going to go with that little Tony Ramos cow catcher there, and he's going to pick the fall in 13 seconds. So a 13-second fall there for Sam Phillips. So a nice start on his day as a 13-second fall for Phillips. as he was taking on Ryan Valenzuela from Waterloo East.
Well, the Hawks are 3 for 3 with 3 fouls, and you got Will Winger. Jamie, this would be a really, really good win for Will Winger down here. He's up 2-0 right now on Kilfoy from Assumption. And I'm telling you what, that was a very, very nice front headlock series. And now he's got Kilfoy in a tilt, and Kilfoy rolls off the edge of the mat. So Will Winger, again, here's where in the wrestling room last year, wrestling Reth and Brokehammer and Goebel, that's where this is going to pay off right here in a tournament like today.
Well, it certainly will, and he's going to take advantage of that, and he's going to improve, and he has improved from when he was a freshman. We watched him on JV. He lost quite a few matches when he was a freshman and sophomore, but he's really improved these last couple years, and you're starting to see him win some matches and build some confidence going into these tournaments, because he's still on top, riding tough. Over here on mat number 3, a suckback attempt here for Wenger, and he's going to flatten out as we'll quickly.
Kilfoy tries to roll through, and Wenger got a 1,001 count. Kilfoy's going to pick up the 2-point reversal with 3 seconds left to go in the first period, so it's going to be 2-2. That's what you don't like to see, Jamie. That short time giving up points when you're riding tough on top. It's going to be Wenger's choice. He's going to defer over to Kilfoy, and I would imagine Kilfoy is going to go back down. Wenger's got to stay with that bar series and keep his weight back and just grind, wear Kilfoy out here, and then see if he can dump him.
As you wait for some action over there on mat number 3. At 120 pounds in this tournament, we'll see Matthew Fullhart, familiar name from up in Decorah. Matthew Fullhart from Decorah, Brennan Gold from Davenport Assumption, and Logan Riley from West Delaware. We mentioned 126 pounds with Sam Phillips. He just pinned Ryan Valenzuela. Devin Stortz from Decorah, Sam Phillips from West Delaware, and Kirk Momsen from Davenport Assumption. 132 pounds, just 3 wrestlers there, as it'll be Connor Wickman from West Delaware, Cody Sarr from Waterloo East, and Kellen O'Shea from Decorah. 138 pounds, we've got Nick Johnson from Davenport Assumption, Isaiah Mitchell from Decorah, Sam Mosley from Waterloo East, and Bo Vasky from West Delaware. 145 pounds, it's Dallin King from Waterloo East, Deontay Parks from Davenport Assumption, and Mason Steffen from West Delaware, and Kennedy Folkedahl from Decorah. 152 pounds, it'll be Chase Pryor from Waterloo East, Tim Tutton from West Delaware, Danny Bush from Davenport Assumption, Alec Felstuhl from Decorah, and we mentioned Chase Pryor from Waterloo East. 160 pounds today. Trace Timmons from Davenport Assumption, Cody Rittner from Decorah, Max Ridenauer from West Delaware, Bryce Lunsford from Fairfield, and Jordan Evans from
Wenger picks up
Waterloo
a
East.
fall, Jamie. Will Wenger using that bar series in 225, 325. Wenger's going to win by a fall. In 325, boy, that was a nice series. He had a tight waist tilt, picked up 3 near fall, then climbed right up the body and locked up that bar series and slapped Kilfoy on his back. That's where that grinding out, boy, he just kept the pressure on, and Kilfoy's face was awful red underneath, and Wenger just tipped him with that bar arm, and Kilfoy looked like a turtle on his back. He couldn't get off. Absolutely.
A nice job there by Will Wenger. 170 pounds today. Jake Voss from West Delaware, Austin Francisco from Fairfield, Luke Dixon from Decorah, and Joe Argo from Davenport Assumption. 182 pounds today. Got Jared Adam from Decorah, Eric Glider from Waterloo East, Gabe Rangel from Davenport Assumption, and Maxwell Spalla from Fairfield, and Coy Russell from West Delaware. 195 pounds today. We've got Randall Pugh from Fairfield, Daniel Ott from Decorah, Payne Neidert from Waterloo East, and Chase Hager from Davenport Assumption, and Scott Taylor from West Delaware. 220, Nakima Carter from Waterloo East, Grant Grinna from Decorah, Alex Kilfoy from Davenport Assumption, Brett Scott from Fairfield, and Will Wenger from West Delaware. And at heavyweight today, we've got Omar Bejic from Waterloo East, Jacob Odine from Davenport Assumption, Carter Zidlicki from Decorah, and Richard Hevron from West Delaware. So we got them all there. Some of them are in the program for you, but those 5-man brackets, they couldn't fit them on there. So
Jamie, down on the back side, we have
Max Ridenauer.
Max Ridenauer.
And he is taking on Jordan Evans from Waterloo East.
That must be weight about check that out, about 160. Max Ridenauer. And we are first period underway and 0-0 up on the board with Evans and Ridenauer. Ridenauer in a hard collar tie. Evans with a retie. Throw by attempt by Ridenauer, and they're off the edge of the mat one more time as Evans gives Ridenauer a little launch off the side. Waterloo East under new wrestling ship there with the passing of their former coach last year, Coach Willie Gadsden. Meant a lot to the Waterloo East program. Meant a lot to wrestling. Coach Gadsden succumbing to cancer, passing away last spring, and they're under new leadership. So he was always a very colorful person at the seating meetings with some wonderful comments, some wonderful insights, and being able to sit around and chat about wrestling. He was a wealth of knowledge, and again, a very, very good mentor to a lot of kids, to a lot of young wrestlers, and he will be missed. Nice double leg takedown by Ridenauer, but off the edge of the mat goes Evans, so we're going to have to go back to the center one more time. Well, that was a great shot. He got in deep. It was a little tap and go on Evans. Caught Evans flat-footed. Ridenauer goes back to work in the staggered stance, leading with his right leg. Evans is going to stay in that square stance. And little shuffle by Ridenauer on his toes. Again, working the head heavy. He's going to dive in on a double one more time. He's going to sit Evans to his backside, trap the free arm. He's going to climb the body of Evans. He's going to pick up back points as he slaps a half Nelson on Evans. So the Hawks could go 5 for 5 in round one. If Ridenauer can pick up this fall, he's got 18 seconds left. He's in good position. He's got to tee out and get his hips down. There's the fall. 146. Ridenauer will win by a fall in 146. So the Hawks are now 5 for 5 this first round. And Jamie, you couldn't script it any better up to this point.
No, you really couldn't. And that's what you were talking about, how they're going to score this tournament. And I tell you what, if the Hawks can keep picking up the pins the way they have, they show they have 10 points. So I'm not.
That would be 5 pins times 2. That would be 10 points.
And we can figure out how they're.
So I know there's several ways to do it. You can score it by the number of matches you won. You can score it on the black point system, which means you get so many points for a win, and you lose so many points for a loss. We got 138 down there, it looks like. Looks like we might have Bo Vasky taking on Mosley from Waterloo East. So we got another orange and black singlet. We got 3 teams orange and black here today. Fairfield Trojans are orange and black. Westover Hawks, of course, are orange and black. And the Waterloo East Trojans are also orange and black. So we've got a technical difficulty here as Mosley came to the mat, and our referee looked at Mosley and sent him to the scorer's table. I'm not sure what for. Maybe his leg band. We'll have to see. Mosley is over at the scorer's table. Bo Vasky patiently waiting here. Did you figure that out, Mr. Vasky, scoring system?
I have not.
Okay. So we'll have to, again, I was not here early to to be a part of that. So, we're taping our laces. We got to get some. Mosley is taping his laces, and what you have to do is, if you have no shoelace holders or keepers on your wrestling shoes, you've got to tape your laces so they don't come untied. So Mosley had to go find a roll of tape, and he's got them taped now. He's wearing the green leg band. Bo Vasky with the red leg band, and this is round one. There's only three rounds in weight class 138. Vasky in quickly on a single and a nice whizzer counter by Mosley, and they're going to go off the edge of the mat and back to the center. Nice low single by Vasky. Go behind attempt by Mosley, and he reaches down and picks up the right leg of Bo Vasky, and he's got it up in the air. Vasky's stuffing the head of Mosley, and Mosley's going to try to front trip Vasky, and he does, and Vasky goes down to the mat. So a nice shot, reshot by Mosley from Waterloo East, and Vasky's got some work to do to get back to his feet. 1 point escape by Vasky, nice outside stand-up, parts the hands, and Vasky in on a sweep single, right down to his belly, and now he gets back to his knees, outside step. He's got a single with his head to the outside, see if he can cut across to a double. Now he brings his head back to the inside, and a back trip on Mosley. Vasky picks up 2, now takes the lead 3-2. We've got 4-2 up on the scoreboard, but it should be 3-2, I believe. Inside wrist now by Vasky, riding tough on top. And Jamie, on mat 2, we have, is that Mason Steffen?
Yep. I believe he's probably taking on Kellen O'Shea. Is that 145?
Or Folkedahl.
Oh, Folkedahl, excuse me.
And Steffen's got a drive cradle in on Folkedahl, and he picked up 2 for the takedown. Vasky's got a drive cradle. This is drive cradle, Jamie Vasky. The Hawks could do a double right here. 25 seconds left to go, and Mosley breaks out of his drive cradle. But Steffen still has Folkedahl.
No. Get your hips back over. There he goes.
That's a good position right there. That's the fall. 41 seconds. Steffen will win by a fall. That's 6 for 6. Like to see that. And Vasky now with the chicken wing. Chicken wing on Mosley, and time's going to run out. He's going to take a 7-2 lead into the second period, and we have Jake Voss coming up at 170. And we do not know why Jake is wrestling 170 today, but he's taking on Dixon from Decorah. Vasky's choice, he's going to go down to start the second period. And Jake Voss at mat number 2, the center mat here today, taking on Dixon from Decorah. So Voss wrestling 160 the other Tuesday night at Waterloo West. Now bumping up to take to wrestle 170 today. There's a nice snap down by Voss. Snap down and a go behind. And we have Tim Tutton. So we got a triple. We got a triple going on here, Jamie. Bo Vasky on mat number 1. Got Jake Voss on mat number 2. We got Tim Tutton on mat number 3. And Tim Tutton with a front headlock, trying to score 2. Bo Vasky hits a 2-point reversal, goes up 9-2 right now, riding tough. Tim Tutton with a throw by. Nice job. He's going to pick up 2 on that takedown. Now tight waist, spiral ride with a half Nelson is Tim Tutton. Let's check out his opponent at 152. Will be Festuel from Decorah. Felstool? Okay. I'm sure you have plenty of practice saying that this fall. 1 point escape by Festuel. And Voss has, let's check that out. He's going to pick out.
I'll get you some names here real quick.
Voss has Dixon, Luke Dixon. He's a junior.
Alec Felstool is.
Alex, okay, I got it right there. Alec Felstool. Yep, Felstool. Bo Vasky working on that chicken wing, double chicken wing. He's got Mosley on his back, and Mosley's going to roll off, but Vasky's going to pick up 2. And a nice single by Festuel, and he's going to pick up 2 takedown on Tim Tutton. So, and we lost our clock on mat number 1, so we got to have a stoppage. Lost our clock on mat number 1. Somebody kicked the cord. This is mat 3. Mat 3, we lost our clock. And there we go, got it back up. Should be 3-2. Tim Tutton with the stand-up. Bo Vasky now, second period, is going to come to an end. He's up 11-2 and working on he's got a full Nelson. Vasky got a full Nelson in.
First period's going to come to an end here with Jake Voss as he leads at 7-0.
Tim Tutton's on his back. He's got to see if he can hang on for 5 seconds. As he got thrown, he got his head down. The Felstool picked up the 3 on that.
Well, Timmy's he's gonna have to fight back from that. That's you don't like to see that going to your back like that, and so he's got to come back here, try to get back on. He's down 6-2, so it's not too bad at this point, but you can't let it get worse. A quick go behind by Jake Voss, snap and spin by him. He leads it 10-0 now as he got an escape and a takedown now, so he leads 10-0 here. 1:40 left to go in this second period, as Bovaski leading 11-3 down there on mat number 1. So the two Hawks winning on mat number 1 and mat 2. As we move on, as we've already had a lot of action for you so far here in this tournament. Will Winger with a fall for West Delaware, Scott Taylor with a fall, Coy Russell with a fall, Max Ridenauer with a fall, and Sam Phillips with a fall, and Mason Steffen as well. So the Hawks pinning their way into it here.
And Jake Voss working on a fall. He's going to pick up 3 on that nice tilt. And he's got a chicken wing locked up on Dixon. Let's see if he can turn him. Got that chicken wing in deep. He's going to turn Dixon to his back and suck up a half Nelson. He's got 54 seconds. There's the fall. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Voss will win by a fall. 3:07. So the Hawks are 7-4-7. Vasky winning by a fall in 5 minutes and 7 seconds at weight class 138. So that makes the Hawks 8-4-8. Vasky winning by a fall in 5:07. Tim Tetton riding tough on top. That was a nice double pin by the Hawks. Voss and Vasky getting it done. Tim Tetton's got some work left to do. Mat number 3 to our left. This is weight class 152. And Tetton very physical. He's got an inside wrist and a half Nelson. With Festual, Tetton gets high again. And it could be a fall right here. As Tutton got a little bit impatient. We saw that the other on Tuesday night. He's so physical, Jamie. He gets a little impatient, and he got himself high. He's got 9 seconds to fight. There's the fall right there. That's a fall, and I didn't see what the time was.
I didn't either.
That was a fall regardless. And Tim Tutton not pleased about that. But
as he shouldn't be.
No, he shouldn't be. And the deal is right there, he just is so physical, he gets just a little bit impatient. And instead of breaking Feldstuhl down, he just tried to drive that inside. He had an inside wrist and a half. He just tried to take him over without breaking his hips down. And all Feldstuhl did was get his hips up, and Tutton popped over the front. So
yeah, he did. So Timmy Tutton is going to lose that first match, and still kind of varies where he could be, because he can still finish second place in this tournament if he wins out the rest of the way here. So he's going to have to come back, like Coach Voss said on the coach's corner. You got to live in the present and not worry about what happened an hour or two ago. So he's going to come back. He's going to wrestle fine, and I believe we don't have anybody up right now for West Delaware. So we will take a short break, come back and recap what we've had so far, as you're listening to live coverage of the Bob Murphy Invitational right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Eastern Iowa's variety station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
On with in-studio producer Dennis Robertson, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here at the Bob Murphy Invitational here at the Seedorf Gymnasium in Manchester, Iowa, as we're getting set again as our clock went out again here on mat number 3 as Richie Hevron getting set to come up for West Delaware. As we'll take a look at what we've had so far at 126 pounds, Sam Phillips with a 13-second fall over Ryan Valenzuela from Waterloo East. He will take on Devin Stortz from Decorah next round. 138 pounds, Bo Vasky with a fall over Sam Mosley from Waterloo East in 5:07. Vasky's next opponent will be Isaiah Mitchell from Decorah. 145 pounds, Mason Steffen with a fall over Kennedy Folkedahl from Decorah. And Steffen's next opponent will be Dallin King from Waterloo, his next opponent will be Tiante Parks from Davenport Assumption. That'll be a good match there. At 152 pounds, Timmy Tutton lost by fall to Alec Feldstuhl from Decorah in that match. So Tutton's next opponent will be Chase Pryor from Waterloo East. 160 pounds, Max Ridenour with a fall over the wrestler from Waterloo East. Evans hit in 1 minute 43 seconds. Ridenour's next opponent will be Timmons from Davenport Assumption. 170 pounds, Jake Voss with a fall over Luke Dixon in 307. Voss's next opponent will be Austin Francisco from Fairfield. 182 pounds, Coy Russell with a fall over Glider from Waterloo East. Russell's next opponent will be Jacob Adam from Decorah. 195 pounds, Scott Taylor with a fall over Pugh from Fairfield. His next opponent will be Ott from Decorah. 220 pounds, Will Wenger with a fall for West Delaware in 324. His next opponent will be Grinna from Decorah. And right now we've got Richie Hevron up as Richie is taking on Carter Zedlicki from Decorah.
Jake O'Dean from Assumption.
Oh, I'm looking at round 2.
That's all right.
Good call.
That's all right. And Jamie, on mat number 2, we have Connor Wickman taking on Cody Saar from Waterloo East. And this is 2 really good seniors going at it here. Saar is very, very scrappy. And Connor Wickman working a 2-on-1 Russian tie. Jake O'Dean from Assumption, very tall, lanky, lean, heavyweight. And Richard Heverin, we saw him wrestle very, very well. He picked up his first varsity match the other night. He's working on a nice duck under, and O'Dean staying square with him. O'Dean's got a double collar tie, now an underhook. He's got a headlock locked up, a duck under. Heverin needs the duck under. Then he's got to pick up 2 as the headlock slipped off. And now Heverin's going to bump O'Dean forward, and he locked his hands up. And that's going to be a 1-point penalty for O'Dean. Can't lock your hands up. And Wickman with the 2-point takedown, riding tough on top. 14 seconds left to go. Double inside wrist is Wickman. And doing a great job working that right arm, pulling that inside wrist out to a bar. And we're going to get a caution on Heverin. He's got to be on the belly button. Trying to get that tight waist a little bit early. He's got an inside wrist. He's got a double inside thigh ride. He's got to take one of those wrists with it. And our clock is broken, so what's going to happen here? There's a nice tilt by Heverin. Stuffed the head, Heverin. And boy, had O'Dean going to his back, power half Nelson. Boy, Richie Heverin, I'll tell you what, he has improved leaps and bounds, Jamie, for not wrestling for a long, long time.
Yes, he has. I tell you what, I think the other night was I think he wrestled Monday night in that JV tournament down at North Lynn and got some experience there, and that's what he needs. He just needs experience, and that's what he's going to have to do if he wants to. If he's going to start winning some matches here in his varsity season.
Connor Wickman chose down to start the second period, and he came with an inside stand-up and scored an escape. And now a 2-point takedown on the snap and turn. Heverin's going to score a 1-point escape here as he's going to face off O'Dean. Nice job. Good hand control by the big guy from West Delaware. Now let's see if he can use that weight and go back to work on the head of O'Dean. O'Dean's coming with that double collar tie. He's got both hands wrapped around the head of Heverin. Heverin's got to work inside position right here. Forehead to forehead. Button heads. Here they go. A snap down attempt by O'Dean. And Heverin doing a nice job here so far. He's up 3-0. Our scoreboard is not working, so we've got a timer at the score table and a towel boy, and they're scoring by hand. I'm sure we'll have that on Track Wrestling. Back to work in the middle of the mat. Connor Wickman tilting Cody Saar. Let's see if he can pick up some back points.
And over on mat number 1, it's Logan Riley taking on Matthew Fullhart from Decorah. And Riley with a quick takedown in that first period. And Riley looking, he's got a chicken wing locked up, looking for the double chicken wing here. Now he's going to turn and run it on Fullhart. And Riley looking for the fall here. Our official looking close. Got to suck him back, and Riley's going to pick up the fall. 1 minute 7 seconds for Logan Riley. So another fall for the Hawks there.
I think these are the last 3 Hawks of this round, Jamie, if I'm not mistaken. because the Hawks are without a 106-pounder today. So 13. There's a duck under attempt by Heverin. Boy, nice job by Heverin. Nice duck under attempt, and he just couldn't quite get the corner on Odine as Odine squared up with Heverin. Hard collar tie by Odine. And Heverin doing a nice job, staying in great position. I'll tell you what, it's really hard as short and squatty body and as strong as Heverin's hips are, it's really hard to snap him down. And Odine's trying to work that snap down on him and having trouble. Snap down attempt by Odine, and he's got the head now of Heverin. Going to try to hit a front headlock. And Coach Bush up off his chair in the corner. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Odine's choice. And Odine's going to go down. Severin's leading 3-0. Connor Wickman working on a tech fall. He's up 12-0.
3-1 over here.
3-1. Okay, 3-1. Oh, penalty point for locking hands. Thank you. Heverin locked hands up in that first period after the takedown. Now he's working on a cross-face to far arm, maybe a cradle attempt. Got to pick up that ankle. He's a little bit high right now on Odine. Odine's going to sit out and turn in and face Heverin. He's going to pick up a 1-point stand-up. And off the edge, and we got a 1-point stand-up, 1-point escape by Odine. So now it's 3-2. 3-2. Wickman working on a bar on Saar. Inside wrist, rolls that out. His arms across the right arm of Saar, across his back, working on a near fall one more time with 1:10, a tilt. Heverin up 3-2. This would be a huge win to get through this. Just got to keep pummeling in here. And Odine, there goes Odine. Now they're going to call Heverin for stalling, for backing up. And Heverin's got to come to that underhook series.
About 1:20 left to go in this third period.
Got 1:20. You got it up there?
It jumps around a little bit.
Okay.
And Connor Wickman's going to pick up the fall in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. So Wickman will move on here with that fall. 5:16 the fall time for Connor Wickman. And his is just a three-person bracket, so that'll be the only match at 138 pounds here.
Heverin backing out on Odine. You got to be careful. You don't want to pick up another stalling call and lose this. Now, good job by Heverin with a retie and stuff in the head. Duck under attempt by Heverin, and he snaps Odine down and picks up 2. He's got Odine going to his back. Let's see if he can pull him on. Heverin's trying to pull him on. Odine's going to his back off the edge, and he called him off. Boy, nice duck under by Heverin. Duck under to a snap. Had Odine going to his back, and Odine found the edge of the mat and wiggled himself off. I'll tell you what, that got the black and gold up on their feet, Jimmy.
41 seconds left.
41 seconds left. Could be a fall here. Power half Nelson by Heverin. He's cranking Odine. He's got to get his chest back. He's got a full Nelson now on Heverin. Rats. And Jamie, that's just that little bit of inexperience, shaking that rust off. I'll tell you what, that was impressive right there. And he's got to
that'll make it 5-2 in favor of Heverin with 31 seconds left to go in this third period.
That's a second penalty point. The next one's 2, so he can't lock his hands up here. That's a second caution. Okay, next caution's a point. Now he's on. Goes to that double inside thigh ride, and he's got Odine. Odine sit out, turn in, and Heverin's going to pick up the ankle, and he drives Odine back to his base. Here comes that power half Nelson again. Odine working some hand control.
This will be a good win.
That's be a huge win right here. Double inside wrist now by Heverin. He's just got to stay put there. Grind him out. Now he's going to drive him over to his back, Jamie.
5 seconds.
He's not content with just winning the match. He wants to fall.
5-2 win for Richie Heverin. Nice job.
That's a great win right there, buddy. That is a big one. That is a big one. You see his confidence getting better every match. That is huge. 5-2.
We do have the scoring now for this tournament, as we were asking. Mike Morrison, appreciate him bringing that up for us and showing us how this is going to go. They're going to do place matches. So you're going to get 14 points if you get first place. Second place gets 10 points. Third place gets 7 points. And fourth place gets 4 points. You get 2 points for a fall, default or forfeit, and disqualification. You get, they say championship, but I'm sure that's not. It'll be a 1.5 for a tech fall, and a major decision is 1 point. I can't imagine they'd have advancement points on here. That's the old scoring way if there was an 8-person bracket. So I think that's it for our first round. Is that two-man bracket is done. I didn't see how that went. I believe it ended in a fall for the kid from Decorah, Joe Noak, as Joe Noak is going to win that match. But we will go through with what we've got here as far as this first round is at 113 pounds. Patrick Woods will wrestle in the second round, just 3 people in his bracket. Logan Riley with a fall for West Delaware in 1 minute and 7 seconds. 1 minute and 7 seconds over Matthew Fullhart at 100. Fullhart from Decorah, 126 pounds. Sam Phillips with a fall over Ryan Valenzuela from Waterloo East. As we'll get at 132 pounds. Connor Wickman with a fall over Cody Sarr from Waterloo East in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Moving up to weight class 138 pounds, Bo Vasky with a 5 minute and 2 second fall over Sam Mosley from Waterloo East. 145 pounds, Mason Steffen with a fall over Kennedy Folkedahl from Decorah in 41 seconds. 152 pounds, Timmy Tutton was pinned by Alec Fellstuhl from Decorah in 3 minutes and 52 seconds. 160 pounds, Max Reidenauer from West Delaware with a fall in 143 over Jordan Evans from Waterloo East. 170 pounds, Jake Voss with a fall in 306 over Luke Dixon from Decorah. At 182 pounds, Coy Russell from West Delaware with a fall over Eric Gleiter from Waterloo East in 1 minute 39 seconds. At 195, Scott Taylor with a fall in 225 over Randall Pugh from Fairfield. In that first round, 220 pounds, Will Wanger with a fall over Alex Kilfoy from Davenport Assumption. That was in 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And at heavyweight from West Delaware, Richie Hevron with a decision 5-2 over Jacob O'Dean from Davenport Assumption. So a good round for the Hawks, and we'll take a look at those team scores as of right now. West Delaware's in first with 44 points. Davenport Assumption in second place with 34. Decorah in third place with 32 points. Waterloo East in fourth with 22 points, and Fairfield is in fifth place with 6 points. I believe they're going to go. I didn't hear if they were doing a break now. I know there's a half-hour break sometime in this tournament. I would assume it would be after the second round, but we will let you know what's going on here as the teams are kind of gathering. Decorah's team is gathering here in the middle of the mat, as we will get you back to action as soon as we know what's going on. As it's going to be it'll be a real short break here after this first round, and we will get you back with the second round of action. We'll see a lot of good matches throughout the day. As Roger mentioned, not as many teams, but the quality of competition is still right there for this Bob Murphy Invitational. And you're listening to the Bob Murphy Invitational from KMCH Sports.
Wrestling on KMCH. This is West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports. Fox Wrestling brought to you by the KMCH Sports. Now, let's on with Roger Reed. Here's Jamie Vasky.
And welcome back into the Bob Murphy Invitational here at the Seedorf Gymnasium, and we're back to action here. As up for West Delaware right now is Coy Russell on mat number 2, and he's looking for the fall.
And Jamie, we've got Scott Taylor on mat number 3 right in front of us, and that's a nice takedown by Scotty Taylor. As he snapped the head, that's at weight class 195. We've got a West Delaware Decorah duel going on right now. Got a nice cradle by Scotty Taylor, who's trying to lock it up. He's taking off from Decorah. That would be Ott. And there's Coy Russell with the fall, Jamie. Coy Russell is 2 for 2 over Adam of Decorah.
1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice job. Adam got in on a deep single, and it was Russell.
Jared Adam, yep.
And it was a nice whizzer counter by Russell, and boy, he snapped Jared Adam down to the mat and slapped him right on his back. That was an outstanding job. So 2 for 2 with 2 pins. That's a great start for the young sophomore. Again, paying off dividends for the Hawks in those points. Scotty Taylor up 4-0 at weight class 195. Locking that cradle up. I'll tell you what, he's made that cradle work for him. Let's see if he can turn him on. He's got him on. He's got Ott from Decorah turned onto the mat, and Ott a long, hard bridge and breaks the grip of Taylor, but Taylor picks up a 3-point near fall. He now goes up by a score of 7-0 with 25 seconds left to go on the mat. So, Jamie, the Hawks are picking up where they left off after that first round.
Well, they certainly are, and that's what you like to see is coming out here and getting those matches and getting those falls. And, you know, Coy Russell did a great job getting another fall there, and now needs Scotty Taylor finish this one off here. He's up 7-0, 24 seconds left to go in the first period, and looking to put him away here as he's taking on Daniel Ott, a freshman from Decorah.
And Will Wenger is on deck, and he will take on Grinna from Decorah. So it'll be another West Delaware-Decorah matchup. Little dual meet action going on here, as I know the Decorah-West Delaware rivalry in football is just as good on the wrestling mat. And I'll tell you what, the Hawks do not like to lose to the Vikings.
And I tell you what, they're actually having a dual meet this year on a Friday. As Decorah, they won't see each other in the postseason this year because Decorah moved up to Class 3A, where they'd been coming to the same sectional district as West Delaware, the district anyway, in Class 2A, but they will be in Class 3A, so they won't wrestle then. But they're having a dual meet January 3rd, and that's actually going to be West Delaware Wrestling Alumni Night. So former wrestlers should see a lot of former wrestlers in the Seedorf Gymnasium that night as the Hawks and the Vikings go at it. So, again, just encouraging any former West Delaware wrestler to come up for that because it'll be a good night of wrestling between the Hawks and the Vikings.
There's a long shot by Ott from Decorah and a nice snap and spin by Taylor, and he's going to pick up another 2-point takedown with a spin. Hit him with a go-behind. He just blocked, stuffed the head, and picked up an ankle. And Ott tried to counter that, and Taylor did a nice job keeping a hold of the ankle with a crossface and pulling himself from behind. And now he's riding an inside wrist on the left, trying to set up that crossface cradle again. Ott just basing out underneath. Taylor doing a nice job with that crossface to far arm from left to right, trying to shove the elbow. And once again, Ott just underneath. There's that nice crossface by Taylor. Let's see if he can lock up that cradle. He's taking the head to the knee. And Ott sits through and takes the crossface off. And Taylor's going to have to reload it.
Well, I told you that that first round went very fast, and I think we're seeing results of that right now as the other two mats are waiting. I'm sure they're on the time restraint. They ran into that a little bit in the JV meet, but all the coaches agreed that it would be okay to continue the matches even before the time limit for those wrestlers. But I think in the varsity tournament here, they have to honor that time wait.
I believe it's 45 minutes. So, and again, on the bout sheets, on the score sheets that come to the table, they put the time at which the match was over. So they record those times, so there's a record of it. So, again, a lot of responsibility for our scorekeepers, and they are doing a very, very nice job so far. And Jamie, you mentioned it early, how efficient this tournament runs. And some tremendous workers that work at this tournament year in and year out and look forward to it and do an outstanding job. So thank you, table workers. Back to action in front of us. Taylor riding an inside wrist. He's got the inside wrist. He's got the left arm of Ott trapped underneath of him. And Ott just based out, belly down as Ott. And Taylor getting just a little bit frustrated. He's going to go back to work on that cradle. That's going to do it for the second period.
And I tell you, you wouldn't think with a five-team tournament that it really takes a whole lot to go into something like this, but there really is, because you've got to line up the table workers, which I think at this point the people just show up for that. I think they expect they're going to work at these things, so the table workers show up. You've got to have the concession stand, and they're doing a great job. So if you're looking for something to do on this cold Saturday, come up to the gym, get some lunch out at the concession stand here. I was just out there. They had a lot of food, a lot of beverages out there for folks to eat. So come up, have a little lunch here at the Seedorf Gymnasium right out there, right here at the West Delaware High School. You got to have people. They provide food in the coaches' room, so that's always set up. And a lot goes into running a tournament like this, and appreciate everybody coming out and helping out with this and making it one of the better run tournaments that we see throughout the season.
I'm sure Coach Morrison taking over for Bob Murphy, is finding that out, Jamie. how many details, not only big details, but how many small details there are to make the tournament.
I tell you,
run
usually we don't see Bob Murphy around here because he's usually got a refereeing requirement, or he's got to usually do so. See Coach Morrison around here today. He's sitting at the head table trying to figure out this scoreboard and keeping it up and running. They got an extra one up there as Scott Taylor leads it 13-0 here. 1 minute left to go in this match. So he's looking for a win. He's got a major decision right now. He's still looking for that fall, though.
Yeah, he's still doing a good job out with the stand-up. Now Taylor's going to let him loose. And 54 seconds left to go. It's 13-1. A couple of quick takedowns here, Jamie, and this match is going to be over. So we'll see if Scotty Taylor can sense that. And Coach Lenz in the corner there. Coach Lenz in the corner. And Coach Voss now in the corner. So we got all the West Delaware coaches in the Taylor corner. And trying to get Scotty to circle here. Again, a couple of quick takedowns here, and this thing would be over by a technical foul, or maybe something feet to back. And again, Jamie, this is a thing right here. You get down the line in a big dual meet, you got a minute on your feet. You're 2 takedowns away from a technical fall, and that's a 5-point win instead of a 4-point win. That's a huge point.
It really is, and it makes a difference. And a lot of times you see in a tight dual meet, you might win it by 1 or 2 points. Look at the state duels last year. Davenport Assumption beat West Delaware by 1 point. And that's the difference between a major decision and a tech fall, or having someone nearly on their back and getting the fall is all the difference is there.
You're exactly right. Well, 3 seconds left to go. Scotty Taylor's going to win this 13-1, so he will go 2-0. 13-1. He will go 2-0 and do a nice job there. Nice takedown, nice snap and spin, nice cradles. Racked up 13 points. That's a good win. And following him up is Sam Phillips at weight class 126. So once again, it's a West Delaware Decorah matchup. And we've got Sam Phillips taking on Devin Stortz. He's a sophomore. Phillips is the senior. Also in this bracket is Kirk Momsen from the Davenport Assumption, who's a sophomore. And we saw Phillips pin Ryan Valenzuela from Waterloo East in 13 seconds. And Phillips coming right out with a 9-second takedown on Stortz.
And we've got over on mat number 1, that's Max Ridenauer from West Delaware. He's a sophomore. He's taking on Trace Timmons from Davenport Assumption. And Timmons out to a quick takedown. It's 2-0 with 1:30 left to go in the first period. Ridenauer underneath of Timmons.
So that'll be the first West Delaware Assumption matchup that we've seen so far in this round-robin format tournament. And again, if you're wrestling those Assumption wrestlers, I'll tell you what, they stick on you like leeches, and you've really got to have good hand control, and you've really got to move your hips. They are really, really tough on top.
And Sam Phillips here with a...
Well, they got a little scoring snafu here, Jamie.
It says 3-2, but it should be 2-0 Phillips, I believe.
I think he got some back points.
Nope, I think it's just 2-0.
Just 5. He got a 3-point near fall.
Gotcha. 50 seconds left to go in the first period with Timmons and Ridenauer. Ridenauer underneath still of Timmons, trying to come up. He's got his base. He's up to his down on one knee now as he's going to be broken back down. A roll attempt, a tilt attempt here by Timmons, and Ridenauer rolls through. Still 2-0 here. 30 seconds left to go in the first period at 160 pounds. Round number 2, and they're going to go out of bounds. 28 seconds left. Timmons leading Ridenauer 2-0.
Timmons is put together, Jamie.
And he's going to cut Ridenauer loose as we come back. Now we're on our feet. Now a 2-1 lead here for Timmons over Max Ridenauer.
Sam Phillips with a double chicken wing on Devin Stortz, and he's going to pick up 3 more. He'd like to end it right here with a fall as he's got Stortz on his back. And there's the fall right there in 129. Phillips with a fall in 129, so he is 2 for 2. And we're going to see Phillips and Kirk Momsen in that round 3 for the championship, and that will be quite a match. And we're going to see Momsen down in front of us. Again, a long, lean. These Davenport Assumption wrestlers, I tell you what, they are long and lean. And here's another one of them with Momsen taking on Valenzuela. All right, 2-1, second period. There's a 1 point, no 1 point stand-up. Timmons came to his feet with an inside stand-up, and Ridenour dove right in on a single. And we're going to get a scramble out of it and a 2 point reversal by Timmons. So that was a great scramble.
And that's going to make the score now 4-1 in favor of Timmons over Ridenour. 1:35 left to go. Trace Timmons from Davenport Assumption leading Max Ridenour 4-1 here at 160 pounds. 1:30 left to go in the second period. A switch attempt here by Ridenour, and Timmons has the legs in on Ridenour. Now he's going to tilt him over to his back, and he's picking up a 1 count there. Ridenour fighting off. Now he's going to catch Timmons. As he was rolling through, Timmons got high and was caught on his back momentarily. As Ridenour catches him, now Ridenour is going to come out and pick up a 2 point reversal to make it 4-3 in favor of Timmons with 1:05 left to go in this first period.
Well, that was a really good series by Max Ridenour. He got some space. He got some space between his hips.
Second period, I should say.
Second period, he got some space. And I'll tell you what, if you can get some space with somebody that's legging you, you can create some action, and that's exactly what Ridenour did. Picked up that nice reversal. He had Timmons on his back momentarily and could not get to a tee-out position, but picked up the 2 point reversal. Now he's doing a great job riding a head lever. He's got a tight waist with the left, head lever with the right, and doing a great job applying forward pressure, keeping the weight on Timmons' shoulders and hands. Now comes with a hard crossface. Let's see if he can lock up a crossface cradle off of it. He's looking for a hard crossface cradle.
I tell you what, Timmons with his head on the mat looks tired here early in this match, so hopefully the fatigue of Timmons, Ridenour can take advantage of. 15 seconds left to go, and an escape for Timmons makes it 5-3 now in favor of Timmons. And they're going to go out of bounds with 8 seconds left to go in this second period, and Ridenour trailing 5-3.
I don't know whose choice it's going to be to start the third period. Certainly would be nice if it was Ridenour's choice. He looks pretty fresh.
Timmons was down, so I would assume it would probably be Ridenour's choice here, as that's going to do it for our second period of 5-3. It will be Ridenour's choice, and he's going to go down here to start the third period, trailing 5-3.
Momsen is only up on Valenzuela 4-0 after 1. If comparative scores, Phillips stuck Valenzuela in 13 seconds. So if there's any comparative scores.
As we start the third period here with Ridenour and Timmons. Timmons, again, trying to go to that tilt series. He's got a bar arm underneath of Ridenour, and he looks like he's going to try to roll here. Ridenour's got to keep a strong base. He is going to roll. Just about got caught on his back again, so he's going to that move. That little Peterson roll there is now Ridenour's going to stand out and face him, and he's going to pick up a 1 point escape. Makes it 5-4 in favor of Timmons with 1:25 left to go in this third period. So see who can win the battle of conditioning here, as Timmons in on a single leg, sweep single on Ridenour. Now he's going to cut off to a double, gets behind Ridenour, and he's going to break him down. That'll be a 2 point takedown for Trace Timmons, and he leads Max Ridenour now 7-4 with 1:05 left to go in this third period.
And that was a nice, Momsen fall over Valenzuela. That was a very, very nice single by Timmons, and once he got in there, he cut across there. Now he's got Ridenour on his back in that tilt, and he's going to pick up some back points. That was a very nice single by Timmons, and he cut across to a double, and he just cut the corner, got an angle, cut the corner. 41 seconds left to go. Timmons gets high with the legs, and that's going to be a 2 point, 3 point near fall by Timmons, and a 2 point reversal. Now it's 10-6.
30 seconds left to go, third period. So Ridenour back on top here. He's got to try to make something happen here in this match.
From Davenport Assumption,
that's Danny Bush.
Danny Bush with a headlock at 152. 13 seconds left to go. Ridenour with the chicken wing in on Timmons, and they go off the edge of the mat. Boy, he had that chicken wing sunk in there deep and applying a lot of pressure, and ran out of real estate as they went off the edge of the mat. I like Max Ridenour here, Jamie. He's doing a great job applying some good forward pressure. There's a short stand up by Timmons. Ridenour is going to try to launch him, and it's going to be a 2 point reversal by Timmons, and it's going to be 12-6. 12-6 loss. by Ridenauer. Boy, that was a great match, though. That was a great match, 12-6 for Timmins. So in the next round, Ridenauer will take on Rittner from Decorah. That will be in round 3. Out in front of us right now, we have Timmy Tutton. That was a fall by Bush, Danny Bush, at weight class 152 over Fellstool.
And then we're going to fill the mats here is over on mat number 1 now is Bo Vasky, as he's taking on Isaiah Mitchell from Decorah, the freshman. They're going to go out of bounds there. 12 seconds in, 1:48 left to go first period. As Vasky, fake shot there, Mitchell drops back, and now a shot by Mitchell. Whizzer by Vasky trying to fight this off. He's got it up to a single leg here. Bo Vasky trying to get that leg down, and Mitchell is going to cover, but a scramble situation here by Vasky. A switch, and now he's going to be back on his feet and face him. No points yet. 1:30 left to go. Now Vasky front headlock on Mitchell. He's going to cut the corner. He's got a drive cradle locked up. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. So Bo Vasky goes from nearly getting taken down, scrambled out of there, and picks up the 2-point takedown of his own.
Down in front of us, we have Tim Tutton at weight class 152 taking on Chase Pryor from Waterloo East. And coming out of that scramble, Pryor picks up a 2-point takedown on Tutton. Boy, came out of that scramble with the legs in and locked up the legs on Tim Tutton and picked up the 2-point takedown with 1:01 left to go in the first period. That was a great shot by Tutton. He got in deep on the single with his head to the outside, did not cut across to a double or pick that leg up, and that let Pryor throw the cross body right in. So Timmy Tutton needs to get going underneath. Nice cradle by Bo Vasky down there, and he's looking for some back points. We got 2 for the takedown and 3 near fall. Pryor's got Tim Tutton in a cradle, and Tutton's going to roll out of it and catch Pryor on his back. Let's see if he can get the fall here. He's got to switch off to a half Nelson, and Pryor rolled through. So 2 near fall by Pryor, 2 reversal by Tutton. Now an inside wrist and a half Nelson. There's that strength of Tim Tutton right there. Picked up a fall of 142. So Tutton's going to get that, he's sure to that 3rd place medal.
And Bo Vasky down there going to go to the second period. It's going to be Mitchell's choice. He's going to defer over to Vasky. Vasky's going to choose neutral to start the second period. Bo Vasky with a 5-0 lead here over Isaiah Mitchell from Decorah.
Up in front of us, Jamie, we have Carter Zidlicki from Decorah taking on Richie Heveron. And we got time issue. I wondered about that.
Yeah, because they were one of the last matches out there.
Yes, they were.
Our middle mat at 220 pounds. There's a lot of blood time in that match, as that was the first one to come out here in this second round, and they're just with a minute left to go in this 3rd period, and that's going to be a 2-point takedown for Bo Vasky on the front headlock, and now he's got a drive cradle locked up, looking for some more back points as it's 7-0 here in favor of Bo Vasky, as he is looking to run that drive cradle. Now he's got it locked up. He's got the leg scooped, he's picking up near fall points as our official looks down and starts counting. They have 5-0. It should be, I think it's 7-0 because it was 5-0 after the first, and Vasky chose neutral to start the second. And Vasky with that drive cradle, I'm not sure if he got 3 or if he's just got 2 near fall, but he still has the same headlock, or the cradle, locked up.
Our referee has not signaled that. There's 3 near fall. 3 near fall for Vasky. Now it's 8-0. Working on a major decision is Bo Vasky. And again, more bonus points. Again, it's all about bonus points. They're giving away a couple of trophies here today. This is weight class 138. Bo Vasky taking on Isaiah Mitchell. He's a freshman, so you would have to say the senior from West Delaware, putting it to the freshman. Let's see if we can get the fall out of it. Referee looking close there, 22 seconds left to go. Jamie, we've got some great officials here today. They're doing a great job. There's the fall. Vasky making it 2 for 2. That's going to be a fall in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. 3:47. So it'll be Vasky taking on Johnson, Nick Johnson, the sophomore from Davenport Assumption, round 3. That will be for the gold medal.
As Will Wenger will come up now, as he was waiting on deck for that match in the middle to start. As Will Wenger will be taking on Grant Grinna, the junior from Decorah. As Bo Vasky finishes up there, Wenger comes to the mat. We're still waiting for the time issue here over here with Richie Hevron, as he will be up next on mat number 3. So right now we've just got Will Wenger up for the Hawks on mat number 2.
And this could be a very interesting match here for Wenger. So there's the whistle by our official. And there's a throw-by attempt by Will Wenger. And Grinna, very stout, tall, long, tall, 220-pounder. Will Wenger, a little bit shorter, stockier, 220-pounder. There's a nice throw-by Wenger, and he didn't cover up Grinna. Collar tie, throw-by attempt again by Wenger. Wenger's working that throw-by attempt on the left side. Now front headlock attempt by Wenger. Let's see if he can turn it into points. Boy, went front headlock, cross knee pick, and Grinna countered that. That was a great, very, very nice front headlock by Will Wenger. He snapped Grinna down, and Grinna was feeling a little bit of that pressure of the weight of Will Wenger. Like to see Wenger go right back to work on that snap down. Good collar tie, good hard collar tie by Wenger, forehead to forehead. Another snap down by Wenger, front headlock. Let's see if he can cut the corner. Didn't get the corner cut on Grinna. Grinna reaches in on a single, and a nice down block by Wenger. And off the edge of the mat they go. We have Jake Voss, Jamie, at 170. This is Voss and a wrestler from Davenport Assumption. This match should not be happening right now, I don't think. This is Argo. It should be Francisco from Fairfield. But they're going at it right now, I believe.
Huh.
So maybe Francisco got hurt or something. All right, nice takedown by Will Wenger. Again, a snap and spin. And he took Grinna down. And now he's working on a pinning combination. He's got that left arm of Grinna trapped underneath. There's been a lot of Argos at Assumption, Jamie, over the course of the year. And this is another one of those, stout. There's a nice high crotch by Voss. He's got to cut across. Well, he's got a high crotch. You got to cut across to a double. Argo reaches down and picks up that ankle. Voss is going to try to lift Argo up off the mat. Back trip, nice dump. Nice drop step dump by Voss, and he picks up a 2-point takedown. They've got 4-0 up on the scoreboard, Jamie, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, they got 4-0 up there. Voss, it's just been one takedown for Voss. Argo's going to go down. And let's see, it's Grinna's choice in the middle, and he's going to choose up or neutral, and he's going to go neutral. He gave both the thumbs up. Stand up by Argo. Nice lift and dump by Voss. Inside wrist on the left by Voss. Tight waist with the right. Will Wenger, Grinna.
Rolling all over the place.
I'll tell you what, there's some action. There is some action right there.
As Jake Voss looking to turn Argo down there, as he gets looking at a tilt situation. Now he's going to run a chicken wing on the right side of Argo, and he's going to lock the head with the one leg, and he's picking up near fall points. May not get the fall out of here, but he is going to pick up near fall points, as he's got 3 near fall, would make it 5-0. 15 seconds left to go in this first period for Jake Voss.
They're doing a great job. He's posting that right hand and keeping his head and chest up. There's Will Wenger with the half Nelson on Grinna. Come on, Will Wenger, get the fall. There's the fall right there. 3:45. Will Wenger goes 2 for 2. Wenger with the fall in 3:45. He's 2 for 2. Next up for Wenger will be Carter from Waterloo East. He will have a break in that next round. He will get a round off to rest. There's a low single by Jake Voss. I'll tell you what, that was right at the laces. See if he can hit that drop step dump again. And Argo reaches down and grabs onto the left ankle of Jake Voss. And Voss is going to try to cut the corner on Argo, and he does. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown, 7-0. You know what? This is solid wrestling by the senior from West Delaware. And we saw him wrestle a couple of good matches the other night at Waterloo West. And he's doing a great job. Jamie, you got the Independence Tournament up there. That's quite a tournament today. Tough tournament. Cedar Rapids Prairie, Linmar, Independence, Alburnett, Osage. Jake Voss with a nice chicken wing on the right side. And he's going to take Argo. He's got a bulldog or ball and chain with his left. He's got a chicken wing with the right. Let's see if he can load Argo up and get the fall. He's chest to chest. Great position right now. There's the fall right there. Nice job.
That should be
304. Voss with the fall in 304. Not sure what happened. Why Voss is wrestling. Not sure if Francisco got hurt. If he did, that's Voss will be done for the day. We'll have to find out. Looks like Francisco and Dixon are going on. They must have mixed those rounds up.
Not sure.
All right, Richie Heverin. Richie Heverin at 285, taking on Zidlicki from Decorah. It's 2-1 right now in favor of Carter Zidlicki, the junior from Decorah. Tell you what, this match right here is going to go far in determining the gold medal. So a huge match for the senior from West Delaware right here, taking on the junior. Zidlicki, very tall, lean, heavyweight from Decorah. And we'll see if the weight of Heverin will pay off. And keep pushing the pressure down. Jamie, and mat number 2, we have, it looks like Mason Steffen up, taking on Tiante Parks. That would be weight class 145. Let's check that out. Yes, Mason Steffen and Tiante Parks, and it's 4-0 in favor of Parks. Boy, there's Heverin in on a double leg takedown. Off the edge of the mat they go. That looked like an offensive guard taking on a defensive tackle right there. Heverin getting after it with a double leg takedown. Just ran out of real estate as they went off the edge of the mat. There's a single by Zidlicki. Drops in on Heverin. Nice hip pressure by Heverin. He's trying to stuff the head of Zidlicki. Let's see if he can cut the corner on him. Zidlicki's going to try to drop in on a double. A front headlock by Heverin. He's got to side with that front headlock. Got to take that head of Zidlicki down to the mat, and Zidlicki backs out before Heverin could knock him down to the mat with that front headlock. Parks and Steffen going at it, second period. Parks up 4-0. Jamie, we've seen Tiante Parks for about 5 years.
It seems
I think
like
he's on the Assumption Red Shirt program. So, anyway, Mason Steffen's doing his best underneath. He gets warned for stalling. I'll tell you what, Parks is just riding parallel. Parks is just a leech on the back. There's an inside stand-up by Heverin. And a stand-up, and he's going to turn and face Zidlicki, and he's going to pick up a one-point escape to tie it. Now he drops in on a double right on the edge of the mat, and we're going off the edge of the mat. Boy, that's a nice job. Standing switch attempt by Steffen, a switch attempt by Steffen. Parks stays with that tight waist and stops the switch. So Richie Heverin just wrestling with a lot more confidence right now and doing a good job underneath. He's got good wrist control, trying to cut a corner. Well, I think a snap down right back to that front headlock would be huge. Again, here's where you got to just be patient. Try to set up one good shot, a duck under, something you can cut the corner to. Maybe an underhook. There's a double by Zidlicki. Nice front headlock by Heverin. And Zidlicki's going to cut the corner. Boy, he just dropped in. And Heverin didn't know quite what to do yet. But I'll tell you what, he's going to reach in and he's going to pick up that leg of Zidlicki and try to pick up a 2-point reversal and turn and face him. Now he's got a double. Let's see if he now switches over to a single. Let's see if he can pick Zidlicki up with it. And Zidlicki with the whizzer now in a down block. But Heveron's got that single picked up. Let's see if he can turn that into 2. See if he can back trip Zidlicki. There's 2. That's 2 right there. 2 reversals. Tied up. Tied up.
Over on mat number 2, Mason Steffen trails 4-0. Parks is going to get warned for stalling on top. Just hanging out on top of Mason Steffen. It's 4-0 here. 5 seconds left to go in the second period.
Long switch by Zidlicki, and he's going to get that 2 right back. Well, he just picked that 2 right back with that long switch. It's 6-4 now. Again, thinking this is for the gold medal. Zidlicki trying to set up a cradle. And he dumps him. Heveron's got Zidlicki on his back, and now he's going to roll through. Zidlicki has Heveron on his back. Boy, oh boy. He just couldn't quite tee out. Boy, had Zidlicki right there, and that was the case, Jamie, if I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but he's going to get saved by the whistle there, so he's got another period. So we got to go to the third period here for Richie Heveron. 4-0 started the third period here between Mason Steffen and Tiante Parks. Parks leading it 4-0 here. Steffen chooses down to start this third period.
And how often have you seen that, Jamie? A tight waist and a half Nelson and a claw ride by Parks. And now he's picking up a 2-point near fall. I'm not sure if that was quite 2, but the referee gave him 2 right there. Nice job by Heveron with the double inside wrist now. Applied a lot of forward pressure to Zidlicki. Zidlicki not...
It's now 6-0 in favor of Parks as Steffen up to his feet now. 1:18 left to go as they go out of bounds here in this third period.
Zidlicki trying to hit Heveron with the roll, and Heveron almost catches him with a half Nelson. Now a power half Nelson by Heveron. He's going to try to stuff that head of Zidlicki, and Zidlicki belly down on the mat. Heveron really applied a lot of forward pressure right now to Zidlicki. Zidlicki now belly down, just content with staying down on all fours, and we're going to get a stalemate.
Steffen and Parks go out of bounds here with 1:02 left to go. It's 6-0, and I believe Parks has got a bloody nose, and he'll go to the corner here. Steffen still looks like he's in good shape here as he's still hopping around, jumping around after they go out of bounds. So Parks kind of winded as he goes to the table.
That's a good match for Steffen so far. There's a stand-up by Zidlicki, and nice job by Heveron as he back trips him and takes him down to the mat. Oh, they're going to get locked hands. He got his hands trapped under Zidlicki and couldn't unlock him because Zidlicki was on his belly. Heveron could not get his hands. That's what Coach Phillips in the court is saying. He couldn't get his hands unlocked because Zidlicki was belly down. Zidlicki was belly down and had all of his weight on the hands of Richie Heveron. Stand up by Steffen. Let's see if he can score there. Tell you what, Tiante Parks is just like a leech, Jamie.
He is. There's 50 seconds left to go. So they're back to it as Parks catches Steffen on his back, and just a 1 count. But now he's got a chicken wing locked up, and he's picking up near fall on Mason Steffen. 6-0 is our score. 35 seconds left to go in this match, and Parks looking for the fall here. I'm not sure he's going to get it. Steffen doing a good job of fighting off here.
And that's what Tiante Parks does so well is, you know, he hangs and hangs and hangs and hangs, and then all of a sudden he'll hit you with that tilt, and before you know it, that 4-0 match is now 9-0, and but I'll tell you what, this good match by Mason Steffen. You know, we may see this match down the line at some point, and, you know, a little work by Mason Steffen, and I know he can close the gap. 12-6.
9-0 is our final there, as Parks is going to win that match over Mason Steffen as we're going to go back to action. I just got a confirmation. There was a mix-up down on mat number 1. They asked Argo if he was the Fairfield kid, and he said yes. So that is why Jake Voss and Argo wrestled instead of the next round. So they will Voss will wrestle Francisco in the following round. It's one of them tournaments that they're going to wrestle each other anyway, so it doesn't matter, but just a little mix-up there by the kid from Argo from Davenport Assumption.
Yeah, I think they were hoping the two best kids would meet that final round, but it really doesn't matter. 11 seconds left here. Richie Heverin taking on Zidlicki. And, I tell you what, Jamie, Richie Heverin is a hip heist away from pinning Zidlicki. And I'll tell you what, he's down the line. He's going to be tough. He's got some skills, and I saw him in between after he wrestled that first match. Coach Voss, he went with Coach Voss, and they were off to the side here, and Coach Voss was coaching him and talking to him about that first match, and it was all eyes and all ears by Richie Heverin, so he was listening, he was paying attention, and that's where it starts there, Jamie, just being coachable and just listening. Well, we're out of West Delaware Wrestlers momentarily. Let's take a short time out. We've got some great sponsors we want to pay credit to today, so stay with us. We'll have more hold-by-hold action right here from the first annual Bob Murphy Wrestling Invitational right here at the Seedorf Gym. You're listening to action right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
7 KMCH, Manchester.
Back here at the Seedorf Gymnasium as we get you back into action here, as we've got Patrick Woods up for West Delaware, as Patrick Woods here is taking on Carter Hupke from Decorah. He's a sophomore for the Vikings.
Well, this is the first we've seen Patrick Woods today, and Jamie, he was sporting that mask the other night at Waterloo West. He's still sporting it today. Did you do any research? We noticed that he had some sutures.
I think he went had a tooth go through his upper lip in practice earlier last week, and so he's got it stitched up and wearing a mask because of it.
All right, so there you have it. That shows a little intensity in the Hawk wrestling room. Nobody's going to take it easy on the state champ. So Patrick Woods out 2-0, 105 left to go. Riding a bar arm with the right. An inside wrist on the left, looking for a pinning combination. Hubka from Decorah came right out on the whistle and tried to surprise Patrick Woods on the whistle, and Woods hit him with a snap and a spin and took him right down. Now he's working on a chicken wing on the left side. This is setting up a match with Jacob Fensky for that gold medal in round number 3. Fensky with the win over Hubka. Hubka belly down, tying up. Woods is trying to load up that double chicken wing. He's got 27 seconds left, and Hubka is just all basing out. Now Woods has the double chicken wing locked up, and he's going to crank Hubka over to his back. And that's what he was doing. He was just getting that thing tight. He was just tightening it up before he ran it. Got that double chicken wing set up, and he's got it locked up, and Hubka's doing a nice job rotating back and forth, and Woods is going to pick up a 3-point near fall off of it. And we're going to go to the second period. All right. See whose choice it is. It's going to be Woods' choice. And he's going to go down, I believe. He's going to go down to start the second period. No deferring there. He knew at that moment what he wanted to do. And there's a stand-up by Woods. Good hand control. Hubka reaches down and picks up a near ankle. A switch by Woods. Nice counter by the sophomore from Decorah. And Woods is going to have to reset. All fours is Woods. Hubka on top. He reaches over, grabs a far ankle, tries to chop that near arm. Woods comes back to his feet, tries a standing switch. Once again, the sophomore from Decorah counters that switch. Very long, lean sophomore. Trying to set up a cradle on Woods. And Woods is going to roll through and set up a reverse cradle on Hubka. He's going to pick up 2. Might be a fall right here. He's got plenty of time. He just needs to settle in. And Woods is going to go to a headlock finish. And then from a headlock finish to a butcher finish. He's going to pick up 2 and 3. Now maybe a cradle finish. And Woods would certainly like to end this match here over this very stubborn sophomore from Decorah, Carter Hubka. He's a sophomore, don't know his record coming in. Woods on top now with the tight waist with the left. Chicken wing with the right. And we've got time again as mat number 1 is open to our far end.
Francisco winning that match at 170 pounds. 6-0 the score.
Okay. So we'll see Voss and Francisco going at it in that final round, that final match. 29 seconds left to go. Patrick Woods up 10-0. Weight class 113. We'll have one more round. There are only 3 wrestlers, so it'll be a round robin. Woods did not wrestle the first round. And off the mat, off the edge they go. Carter Hubka off the edge, going to get reset. Patrick Woods, let's see which direction he goes. It looks like he's going to ride the right side this time. Again, switching sides. Stand-up attempt by Hubka. Standing switch now by Hubka. Woods counters it with a chop. Tight waist, chops that free arm, drives Hubka back down to his right shoulder. Now Woods is going to try to tilt Hubka up. And Hubka, there's a 1,001 count. And that's going to do it. Got to go to the third period.
I'd like to say a big hello to everyone listening on KMCH.com today, wherever you may be. Got one in Germany, one in France, San Diego, Los Angeles, or the Los Angeles area. Got one in New York. So a big hello to everybody listening on KMCH.com today to the Bob Murphy Invitational. We appreciate you tuning us in wherever you may be.
Well, and it's a World Wide Web, and we're seeing that today firsthand, and it's outstanding that can happen. Nice job by Woods. Fireman's carry. And he's going to throw Hubka to his back. Let's see if he can get the fall now. He's going to lift the head. He's got a half Nelson in. He's around the waist. He's got a half Nelson. There's the fall. 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Woods with the fall. So that'll send him to round number 3. He's going to take on, this is going to be a very good match with Jacob Fensky from Davenport Assumption. So that will be one that we'll want to watch.
Well, Roger, looking through this, I believe they're taking their big break at this point. We can find out for sure, but if they are, West Delaware wrestlers are done for this round because the 3-man brackets, they have buys this round, so the Hawks will be done for this round. So what we'll do before we take a short break here, we'll go through and recap these first 2 rounds and send it back, and we'll take a short break and let you know what's going on here. As down at 106, as we're going to see another fall there in 127.
So that's done, I believe, Jamie.
I would think so, as Joe Noak.
That was best 2 out of 3, and that was Noak.
Noak won them both by fall, one in 115 and the other in 127. So Noak is going to win that bracket at 106. 113 in round 1. Fensky was a winner by fall in 254 over Carter Hubka from Decorah. Patrick Woods then came and pinned Hubka in 426. 120 pounds, Logan Riley won in round 1 over Matthew Fullhart of Decorah by fall in 108. That match, I believe, the match between Fullhart and who's the other one?
And that is on mat number 1, Jamie, now, is it? I believe that's on mat number 1, Gould and Fullhart.
Yeah, Gould, there you go. Gould and Fullhart up right now at 126 pounds. Sam Phillips with 2 falls for the Hawks today, as Phillips pinned Devin Stortz in 129 in round 2. He pinned Ryan Valenzuela in round number 1. 132 pounds. Connor Wickman will have a bye this round, but he won by fall in 5:14 in the first round over Cody Sarr from Waterloo East. 138 pounds, Bo Vasky with 2 falls on the day as he pinned Sam Mosley in the first round in 5:02. He then pinned Isaiah Mitchell in 3:45 in round number 2. 145 pounds, Mason Steffen is 1-1 on the day as he pinned Kennedy Fulcadol. So they're going to take a 15-minute break, and then they'll come back and wrestle the 5 minutes. So there you go. We're going to have a couple breaks in here. So it'll be a 15-minute break. At 1:45, Stefan won by fall in the first round in 41 seconds. He was then beaten by Tiante Parks 9-0 in round number 2. 152 pounds. Timmy Tutton was pinned in round number 1 by Alec Felstool from Decorah in 3:52. He then came back and won by fall in 1 minute 41 seconds over Chase Pryor from Waterloo East. 160 pounds, Max Ridenauer with a fall in the first round over Jordan Evans in 1:43. He was then beaten 12-6 by Trace Timmons from Davenport Assumption. 170 pounds, Jake Voss has won 2 matches on the day as he pinned Luke Dixon from Decorah in the first round in 3 minutes and 6 seconds. He then pinned Joe Argo from Davenport Assumption in 3 minutes and 23 seconds. 182 pounds, Coy Russell is 2-0 on the day with 2 falls as he pinned Eric Gleiter of Waterloo East in the first round in 1:39. He then pinned Jared Adam of Decorah in 1 minute and 30 seconds. 195 pounds, Scott Taylor is 2-0 on the day as he won in his first match by fall over Randall Pugh from Fairfield in 2:25. He then had a major decision over Daniel Ott from Decorah, 13-1 the score there. Will Wenger for West Delaware is 2-0 with 2 falls on the day as he pinned Alex Kilfoy from Davenport Assumption in the first round in 3:24. He then pinned Grant Grinna from Decorah in 2:46. So Will Wenger 2-0, and Richie Heveron, a winner in the first round, 5-2 over Jacob O'Dean. He was then beaten 12-6 by Carter Zidlicki from Decorah. Go through the team scores here real quickly for you. As in 5th place is Fairfield with 6 points. Waterloo East is in 4th with 22 points. Decorah in 3rd place with 42. Davenport Assumption in 2nd place with 48. And with an 11-point lead, West Delaware in 1st place with 59 points. Well, that's going to do it for us. It'll be about a 15-minute break here. And then we'll come back with the 5-man brackets, and then we'll take another break and get you on your way with the rest of this tournament and get you on your way early here on this Saturday afternoon as you've been listening to the Bob Murphy Invitational right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.